Good morning and welcome to Tennessee Valley this morning. It's a chilly morning out there, October 30th. I hope everybody's getting ready for Halloween. I'm Connie Wright and my co-host is Lisa Mantooth. Morning.
Good morning.
Oh, here we go again. Did you get your warm coats out?
Yes, and my car started this morning, which it didn't yesterday, so
I was worried about that. What do you think makes a car not start in this cold weather?
I don't know, because it was in the garage where it's warm, so you would think that wouldn't be a problem, but no.
I read that.
On a Monday morning, my car did not start.
I noticed that. So did you need me to come get you this morning? I was all ready.
No,
I was going.
No, we were up and running.
Okay. So you got the coats out, you pull the coats out for the boys. You have, what, 2 boys?
Absolutely, yes.
You know what's bothering me about this cold weather hitting so early is like that coats for kids that they normally do. They don't do that till way later in the year.
That's true.
And I've been really worried about that because this cold snap has come in now and there's so many children, so many people that haven't bought their coats yet or haven't gotten their coats if they were in need of getting some.
That's true. So. Kids standing outside in the dark waiting for the bus with no coat.
And 34-degree weather.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be cold.
There'll be colds this week.
Right. Now, there is an organization that does the coats, though. I wonder if they've started doing any of that yet.
I haven't seen them at Walmart. You know, they put the big
bins out at
Walmart,
cleaners and different places like that. I think they don't usually do it till later.
No, because it's not usually this cold.
Exactly.
Thanks, Sandy.
Yeah. So maybe we should. Yeah. Thanks to Sandy.
I think
and that has been a massive storm. And any of you out there who have friends and relatives in that big 900-mile swath of Sandy out there hitting, we just keep those people in our thoughts and prayers this morning as all that devastation is happening. And I don't know if you know, but that's how Lisa and I met, was after the tornadoes of 2011. And so devastation is a bad thing, but it also can bring people together.
People together, form wonderful bonds and friendships.
And one of the bonds that we're going to have on this morning is Daniel Murch,
who is another dear friend.
Absolutely. Daniel's going to be on. He's going to be talking to us about transition furniture.
That's right.
That's something that he saw a need for. So we'll talk about that, kind of like the coats.
Kind of like the coats. This time
this was
furniture.
For furniture, right? Another of our guests I'm really excited to have with us today is a friend of mine that I've known. Let's see, we were talking this morning, and I said I knew him since before he was taller than me. Like he was way little. I don't know, about 6 years old. Henry Flood's going to be talking to us about his game comic book card shop in Collegedale.
Wonderful.
So excited about that. And then one of my favorites we always have on when it's you and me is Jennifer White. Yay. Jennifer from the Museum Center at 5 Points is going to be telling us about Halloween.
See, I thought we were going to dress up.
I did. This is not the real me.
See, I was hoping you were going to be Dr. Ruth, and then I could pull out a costume, and I could dress up as something.
Did you bring your costume?
No.
Okay. Well,
because you weren't going to be Dr. Ruth.
You didn't ask me.
We discussed.
I could do this. I told Jennifer to bring a costume. Look, we could be flowers.
Yeah, I don't know that I can pull that off.
We could just pick them up and be flower kits or something. So I have a question for you. This is what happened to me in the shower this morning. I want to know. Not embarrassing. Well, I don't want to say it's embarrassing in the shower. No, we don't want to go there.
We don't want to go there.
Too
early for that.
But what I do want to talk about is things that you do. And okay, I'm getting in the shower this morning. I'm 4'9". My husband's like 5'9", 5'10". So he angles the shower head at a different angle. So I get in the morning, and since it's early, he hasn't even gotten up yet. So I have to get up and go in. So I reach up to get that nozzle, and something bit my, not a bug, you know, the metal. Look at this. Hurt so bad. Goodness. So I've been going around. So I just wondered, has anybody else had those silly kind of things that happen to you? And you stand there for 10 minutes, you're almost in tears because it hurts so bad. Have you ever had anything like that happen?
Not to that extent.
Nothing embarrassing, but share it with me, Lisa. Share something.
Well, I have a fear of spiders. And anybody that sees my Facebook notes knows that we found one of those really beautiful riding spiders, the garden spiders, a few months ago. Yeah, like Charlotte's Web. And those are awesome and fantastic, and we let it live until our dog killed it because I thought it was because it can't hurt you. The garden spiders cannot hurt you. I researched it. I'm scared to death of spiders. I researched it. It's safe. They won't bother you. It was outside, but it was right next to our French doors on our deck, and it was lovely. Well, my embarrassing moment was my husband told me that we have a black widow spider that was in the basement, and he didn't kill it because I thought that the other spider was okay, that it would be okay to leave the black widow spider.
So what happened when you saw the
living
black?
next to the refrigerator in the basement. Well, of course I go down there in my flip-flops. I'm famous for doing things inappropriate in my flip-flops, like after the tornado, leaving the house in my flip-flops
To
to
go
go
help
down
other
Blue
people
Springs
in
Road
glass,
to
right,
help
with
people, and
glass.
there's stuff. So I go downstairs in my flip-flops. What am I going to do in flip-flops with the spider? I took my hairspray, my trusty hairspray.
Okay, now wait a minute. Why did you take your hairspray to the basement to go to the refrigerator while you were in your flip-flops?
Because I was going to kill.
Oh, so you had seen the spider, and then you went back upstairs.
No, my husband knew it was down there. He told me it was by the refrigerator.
Okay.
So I go to the bathroom. On my way down, instead of changing shoes, I still have on my flip-flops. I grab the hairspray.
Kill it?
Because I'm going to kill the black widow spider with my hairspray. Because I've used hairspray before to kill things that I did not want.
No, you didn't
inside
kill
my
them.
house.
You didn't kill them. They just were so stuck they couldn't move.
Well,
you didn't kill them.
I went through about a half a can of hairspray, and it did not kill
That's
the
what I'm
black
telling
widow
you.
spider.
That's what
So
I'm
I actually had to knock it down and step on it. And I actually ended
In
up,
your flip-flops.
well, I screamed at my husband, and he came down, and he
Such a
was
brave
the
soul.
hero.
You know, that's really a
and
good
killed the black
Halloween.
widow
That's
spider.
Really
But I had
good
never.
Halloween story, a
Yes.
spider.
Well, it's a black widow.
What about when you walk through? Have you ever done this? I did this one morning going to church. Like what you're talking about, the beautiful riding spider,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't. I used to work at a church, so I had to get there early. Before the lights, turn the lights on, and
Walk
heat.
through the web.
I come walking out, and I'm like, I can't even. The mic right now, if I were
Mm-hmm.
to scream like I screamed, it wasn't. It was just, oh my gosh, it was awful. And then I wondered, is
That
it on
feeling,
me? Where's
yes, it
that
on me?
feeling?
Oh, get it
So I
off,
have to
get
go all the way back in the house, change clothes, late for church. Well,
Yeah.
late for me getting there. Nobody else was even there. But those are scary.
Those are
things.
scary.
Yeah, that's good for Halloween. That's good.
I don't know. A black widow spider in my basement was not good for me.
Didn't play
I
a
still
vi-
have. I still have a little
you know,
anxiety over it.
but here's what happened to the black widow spider after she was trying to do that. He played a little tiny violin for you.
Yeah, he was like, "Ha ha! You thought you were going to kill me with the
Don't they have the
hairspray."
violin on the, they have that red
They are
violin.
big.
They're big.
Black widow spiders are big.
So the violin is big.
Well, yeah,
Oh, okay.
it was awful.
Yeah.
So that's my embarrassing story.
Well, I'm glad we could talk about something different other than Hurricane Sandy this morning.
Yes.
I was worried that was going to be our focus this morning.
We'll talk
because-
about embarrassing moments.
Yeah, embarrassing moment. Well, we can't talk about too many, but think about that today. And think about while you're out and about today, it's October 30th, tomorrow's Halloween, so just start a conversation off with one of your workers or in class, somebody, the person in the grocery store. Would that not be the neatest thing? Be standing in line in the grocery store and turn around and say to the person behind you, what's your most embarrassing moment? And you know what they'd probably say.
Excuse me, I'm going to another line.
You asking me that right now? That's probably what it would be. Yeah. So no, I did want to talk a little bit about Hurricane Sandy. This has been just a massive hurricane that's out there, and I was watching yesterday evening, and it said that, and I'm sure there are more than that now, but this was yesterday afternoon. 32,000 people are in shelters.
Wow.
That was yesterday afternoon at about
Wow.
3 o'clock. I didn't have a chance to check this morning. 32,000 people are in shelters, and we just thank the Red Cross and the organizations that put those shelters together that had those people be able to go there.
Absolutely.
And
I know local Red Cross volunteers left on Sunday. Were
Absolutely.
deployed on Sunday to go
and
towards
so
New
was
England.
our Cleveland Utilities
Yes.
and the other
Yes.
utility organizations that have already sent.
TVA has sent people up that way.
I hope we're not going to need them ourselves. I noticed one of those charts. It said there was a possibility for us to lose our power down in this area from the winds, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think they said 40 mile an hour for us,
Yeah.
and
Wow.
80 to 90, obviously.
The
New
thing
England.
also is if you've ever traveled up in that area, what they were saying on the Weather Channel was that the landscape is not even going to look the same anymore.
They
with
say
all this
already
wind.
it's already changed. I know that they said that the Jersey Shore is not recognizable.
I will never laugh again at that TV show.
And see, I wasn't even
Jersey
referring
Shore.
to the TV
I know,
show.
but I'm saying, you used to hear that and we
Yes.
think, oh, how silly. Now
Yes.
you say Jersey Shore and you go, that's just not a thing.
Yeah, because Atlantic City was underwater yesterday,
Yes.
and I'm sure it's probably significantly worse
Wow.
now.
Wow.
I
So-
know.
So we hope that everybody is have any friends up there that you'll keep safe. I actually not in the area. My mom lives up in Virginia, but I was worried about her losing power, and my brother is a amateur radio person, so I got him in touch with one of the guys here in town in case our power went off, in case Mom's power went off. She's 89, so we'd be
Right.
able to have some communication, so she wouldn't be worried.
Right. And I have family in in Virginia. I have family in Richmond, and then my cousin goes to Old Dominion University, and she was very happily tweeting that there was no school on Monday, but I haven't heard anything about Tuesday.
I don't think it's
So-
going to be Tuesday either. And you know, they do say, when she said tweeting, I noticed that one of the things that they say is don't use your cell phone in an emergency like that. If you can, do the tweeting or do the
Facebook or text messages.
text messages. It uses less of your battery juice, and also not using your screen as much. And I'm famous for that, having that screen out all lit up. Takes the battery, uses it up a lot faster. So keep safe out there, and take an umbrella today. I think if it's not already raining, it's probably going to be raining here. Yeah. So, and then for your kids tomorrow for Halloween, I was looking ahead. Tomorrow it might be 34 degrees. Yeah. So please go get your coats for your kids today, because I think we just skipped right over fall. We went from summer.
I don't know though.
into
Hey,
winter.
the trees are beautiful. This is the most beautiful year for the leaves, for the foliage.
But they're blowing off.
They are blowing
I actually
off.
thought it was snow yesterday. I was sitting in the kitchen and I saw all these little leaves falling, so I thought that's
Yes.
what it was. Well, we will be back in just a little while. Our guests today are Daniel Murch with Transition Furniture. We've got Henry Flood talking about his new store in Ottawa, and we've got Jennifer White who's going to be telling us about Halloween at Five Points Museum. Don't go away. We've got some really important information for you. See you in a few minutes.
Great local sports right here on WTNB East Tennessee Television. Keep up to date on all your Walker Valley sports news Wednesdays with the Walker Valley Sports Zone. Get a behind-the-scenes look at all the local high school area football with the pregame Thursdays at 10. And it's a Friday night tradition. Football Friday, every Friday night at 11 o'clock. Right here on WTNB East Tennessee Television.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
Welcome back to Tennessee this morning. It's October, Tennessee
30th.
Valley this morning. It's October 30th. Tomorrow's Halloween. Daniel, you got your costume ready?
Yeah, I'm still debating on what I'm
I
going to
thought you were wearing it today. That's not your costume?
No.
This is Daniel Murch. Daniel's going to be talking to us about a new nonprofit that he's starting. Daniel, you want to tell us a little bit about it? We'll skip the costume thing. I want
Yeah.
the people to hear the important thing.
Yeah, the furniture bank is going to be called Transition Furniture Bank. We're in the process of still filing for a 501c3, all our nonprofit stuff. But we are already helping families. So far, we've helped out 5 families from house fires, homelessness, moving into housing, and then some domestic violence. So I think it was a total of about 26 pieces of furniture we've already given out. And so that's not even
So it's called Transition
furniture.
It's a furniture bank. So if people were wanting to make donations and things like that, then they can donate to you. And then if there's fires, if there's, as you say, domestic violence, they're having to reestablish their home situation and things like that, then you help them in that?
Yeah, basically it's a referral system. So we work with the Red Cross, the United Way, the Caring Place, Neighbors in Need, the Refuge Community. And so all those people get families and then they just refer them to us.
Well, let me ask, go ahead, Lisa.
May I? May I interrupt? What I want everybody out there to know is how this got started, because this is very important. What he is not telling you is that he is a senior at Lee University.
That's right.
Yep.
And this is something that's being undertaken by a very intelligent and a very forward-thinking young man. And so
Absolutely.
if you would tell our audience
You
how
took
you
the
got
words
started.
right out of my mouth.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Just teasing you.
It all got started, I think it was Kelly Kyle from the Refuge Community Center messaged me saying, hey, do you have any access to any beds? I got a family who just went through a rough situation. I was like, no, but let me just throw it out over Twitter and see what I get. So I sent out a tweet, and then within 5 minutes, since my Twitter's hooked to up to my Facebook, someone said, hey, I'll buy the beds. And so Kelly said she bought the kids the beds, and Kelly was actually like joking around a little bit, saying like, those beds are nicer than my kids have, you know, like. And so that was just the whole thought process. And then I wrote a proposal, turned it into United Way, and then little did I know what I was about to get myself into.
Daniel, why would Kelly, let's even step farther back. Why would Kelly even think to call Daniel Murch and say, Daniel, do you have any beds?
I guess it's from all the disaster relief, and so I made a lot of connections that way, and so I guess I just became the call-to guy in a way.
Okay, I'm going to once again back up a little bit. April the 27th of 2011, we had some serious weather that came through Bradley County and southeastern United States. Right. And on the 28th, I do believe that Rochelle Mayberry, who is with the Leonard Center at Lee University, said, you know what, Daniel Murch would be perfect for this. And so she brought him on board, and he started assisting the Salvation Army, the Emergency Management Agency, and many other organizations as we started the recovery process. And now that Transitions is up and running, his office is actually directly across the hall from me at the United Way.
Right.
It's a nice office too.
He has the nicest office in
He does.
the building.
The biggest office. Lisa said to me, I was up there the other day, and she said, oh, go look in Daniel's office. And I went in, and I was like, whoa, party! This is a big
very
office.
Nice office.
Right.
But it's what he's doing in there is way beyond the level of what you see in there. It's amazing what he's done.
And that's kind of what I wanted to get back to, was because that's how I met you, Daniel, was when we were at the distribution center. I would go over to do things, and Daniel had this, and it wasn't a nice office.
No,
Daniel had this desk.
He's moved up in the world.
He had this desk, but what I remember that was so important was he had one of these dry erase boards that he kept right behind his desk, and there was a huge dry erase board that was on the wall across from his desk, and he had all the needs, people coming in, the teams that were coming in, the needs when people called in. You had a file drawer that was taller than me. And when we had teams that would come in, you'd go to Daniel and you'd say, we have a team, do you have any work? And he'd go, is that enough?
Yep.
Is this file big enough for you? So that's how you really saw a need there, Daniel, for this transition.
Yeah, and then also it got started back on the March 2nd storms too, whenever in my role kind of switched to unmet needs. And so that's when I started the whole social media push towards like setting up a Twitter for like needs that were coming in that way. And so that even started the whole process even more about how social media is such a huge tool. And so that's like Transition Furniture is a huge social media push. Like it's all on Twitter at Transition Tennessee TN, Transition TN, and then transitionfurniture.org, and then Transition Furniture on Facebook.
Okay, I want
so-
you to say those again in just a minute so that
Okay.
people know. You said that the people who actually are having the need of the furniture, they are the ones who go through Salvation Army,
Right.
Red Cross, through United Way. What if there's somebody out there and they're looking, saying, I could donate this. I have this furniture that I could donate for you. Give us the information again with how they contact you to donate whether it's financial or whether it's through furniture that you can use. What are you looking for?
The easiest way to contact me right now would be through email, transitionfurniture@gmail.com. And then you can also look us up on Twitter at TransitionTN, and then our Facebook is Transition Furniture. But I'm still working on the whole PayPal process and getting all the
Okay.
tax forms done. So I'm still trying to balance all that out with
So they
school
can
and
make
everything.
donations. You
Yes.
can have the financial donations. Also, then I know I've seen a lot of times on Facebook or on Twitter where you'll say that you have a family and these are their needs and you list the items. So you do accept donations of gently used things that people
Correct, yeah.
could use again.
We accept a lot of appliances. We don't really do TVs, no TVs, but we do couches. A huge need that I didn't even realize about is washer and dryers. Like I have a lot of requests coming in from those for washer and dryers. And so I'm always getting those. Couches, love seats, beds are pretty much covered with Mermaid. They bring us beds.
Okay, so Mermaid is helping out there in our community.
Right.
Thank you, Mermaid. Thank you.
But even bed frames, I totally forgot about bed frames. I was getting the box frames and mattresses, and I was like, people were like, do you have any frames? I'm like, frames? Like, I was like, oh, yeah, bed frame, that would be good too, you know?
Yeah.
And so as I go through this more, it's like you realize more and more needs, and then you go back to the whole thinking process, the whole whiteboard. I have a whiteboard in the office too.
There's the
So-
whiteboard. I
Yep.
saw that yesterday.
Yep,
Or
so
the other
I'm
day.
writing down everything on there too. And so I just like the whiteboard. I don't know. Just writing down all your thoughts.
I do
It's
that.
a lot
Yeah,
easier.
I think it's an easy way to keep it, and you mark off what you can erase it when it's totally done, and make notes with things that need to be done.
Yep.
I just want to say that for everybody that looks at the generations coming up, I think that Daniel's a perfect example of what we have coming forward. I mean, here we have a senior at Lee who saw a need, and he's addressing that need. And yes, he gets some help from others for, getting the process started. But, the future of Riley County and the future of the United States is great. I think that, we can look at Daniel and see that, and I'm making him blush, but I'm really proud
Yes.
of
Yeah.
the students that I have had the opportunity to work with, Daniel included. The Lee students are amazing
Yes,
people.
that's right.
They are amazing people.
He didn't bring us any coffee this morning, but
yeah,
just
yeah.
Bring us coffee
Inman
this
Street
morning.
wasn't open. Starbucks. Did you go by? He's a
By
coffee
where?
drinker.
Did you go by Starbucks this
Did you go by
morning?
Starbucks?
I would rather not answer that question right
Okay.
now.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But I did. But it's just that new Starbucks opened up like 30 seconds away from my house.
Yeah.
So you really.
And so it's like right there. I mean,
Right
I can
there.
throw a rock at it and hit it. But
Daniel, I'd like for you to give the information out again with how they contact you, but this time I want you to slow it down.
okay.
Okay, so that if anybody's writing down, because there's people out there like me who got their pens and paper, they're wanting to make a donation, they're wanting to help, and they got down 4 or 5 letters, and then they got down the end. So let's give it slowly one more time for them.
All
to
right.
do it.
Let's start with the email. The email is transitionfurniture@gmail.com.
Wait,
That's
let's let them write. Go ahead, just easy.
And then the Twitter is TransitionTN, and that's the Twitter account. And then the Facebook page is Transition Furniture. And then the website is transitionfurniture.org. So
Great.
those are all the ways to contact me if you have any furniture to donate.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
That's great. And I know that there have been a lot of people that have been making those donations to help you out. So, and you have a place to house the things?
Right now we're housing it at the United Way upstairs. They've been nice enough, and so, I mean, they got an elevator too. That's a cool fact about the
Okay.
United Way.
So you
I
don't
didn't
have
know
to
that.
break your back getting
Right,
it all
yeah.
up the steps.
So we just put everything in the elevator and send it up. Hopefully the elevator makes it to the top. It sometimes has a little bit of issues, but
Yeah.
we're just happy. I'm just happy at work, so I don't have to like pull my back out at the age of 23, like trying to get furniture up the stairs. So, I'm getting old too. So
Oh, yeah, old.
Whatever.
Yeah, Daniel. Yeah. what is it that I have? I guess I could say that I have furniture older than Daniel, you know, so.
I have shoes older than Daniel.
Yeah. Speaking of shoes, excuse me, I want to change the subject. Did you notice these shoes, Daniel?
Daniel doesn't care about shoes.
Shoes?
I
I'm
have on
gonna
shoes,
point those
people.
out to you later,
I have on
guys.
shoes.
Yeah, well, we should have dressed up.
I told you.
I know, we should have dressed up today, and
Would have been fun.
yeah, you already got your witchy shoes on. Did I say that? I guess I did, but anyway. So, Daniel, thank you so much for coming and sharing with the Bradley County area, Cleveland area, about transition furniture. I'm really hoping that there are people out there who have items in your home, I know I do, that are sitting there and you're going, oh, I could donate this, I could pass this on to a family member or whatever, and there are needs right now in our community. So Daniel, how many people have you said you've already helped?
5 families, and then I just gave out some furniture actually last week to another family, so it's probably up to 6 families and about 30 pieces of furniture.
And I'm going to say it this way, that many families, 30 pieces of furniture, and when did you just open this nonprofit?
We actually started donating, I would say summertime, probably the May. I would say May is like when we really started helping our first family. So from there, and then I got 2 on the waiting list right now. With
And
a lot
isn't
more
it a joy to
requests.
see those families, you know, they had things, then there was a fire, whatever reason, where they've lost things, and the joy that you must have to know that you've helped them.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. And the slogan for Transition Furniture is like restoring hope in hopeless situations.
Restoring hope in hopeless situations.
Yep, and that's the goal. That's our whole goal of restoring hope to those who may feel hopeless or may feel like there's no hope. And so a piece of furniture, you don't know what it could do. I mean, a bed to sleep on, it is hope for the future.
Absolutely.
Daniel, thank you so much for sharing with us today.
Thank you for having me.
So if you have something that you want to donate, if you have financially you want to donate in some way, please contact Daniel at Transition Furniture and see if you can help him out. And say your logo again, Daniel.
The slogan?
The slogan?
Restoring hope in a hopeless situation.
I love that. So see if you can give some hope to somebody. Lisa Mantooth and I will be back in just a little while. We're going to be talking with Henry Flood, and you're going to learn a bit about gaming and cards and comic books. So we hope you won't go away. Well, I know you're not. We'll see you in a little while.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
Hello, I'm Bill Odom.
Hi, and I'm Tammy Odom.
We want to invite you to join us on Joyous Living Today for interviews, testimonies, and gospel music by special guests and Dixie Sunshine.
Right here on WTNB, Sundays at 4 p.m. and Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. You don't want to miss it.
Jesus, Jesus, the light of the world.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
Tennessee Valley this morning. Good morning. It's October 30th. It's a little nippy out there. You might need to take your umbrella. It's going to be a little bit chilly. Lisa Mantooth and I are co-hosting, and we have our next guest today is Henry Flood. Henry, I've known you since you were tiny.
Yeah, about that small.
Tiny. But you remember when you first met me?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
See, that's how young he was.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, with old age, I probably don't remember when I first met you either. But
At least know where.
you know where.
Yes.
You know where. It was at church.
It would be at church.
It would be at church. Well, the reason that I wanted Henry to come on today is Henry started a business about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Henry, you want to tell us a little bit about the name of it and where you are, and let's get kicked off here with who
Sure.
you are.
The name of the business is Epicos Comics, Cards, and Games.
Say that real slow.
Epicos, Comics, Cards, Games.
Okay.
All right. So Epicos is Greek for epic. All right. And
I'm with you
we,
now.
all right. So, and we feel that we are the epicenter of all things pop culture in Chattanooga. We're actually located in Ottawa. They're on Appleton Pike at the Four Corner Shopping Center. So opened up actually about a year and a half ago now, and having a blast with it. So we carry all sorts of different things, everything from comic books to video games, board games, cards, both sports cards and non-sports cards. So that was what we wanted to put together. We wanted something that would bring all the different people in. You'd been into places before it was all video games, or you'd been into places that was all comic books. And as we were putting the business plan together, we said, people that like one like the other. Let's give them a one-stop shop place that they can come and enjoy and hang out. And I now have so many regulars at the store that will get at the store as we open at 1 o'clock. They'll be there at 1, and they're helping me put the chairs back on the table at 9 o'clock
Now,
at night.
why are you using chairs? You got to explain this to me, who's not in
Okay.
that pop culture. What are they using the chairs for? I mean, aren't they just walking in and buying something and leaving?
No, not necessarily. There are a lot of people that do that. Most of your comic book people will do that. They'll come in and they'll buy the comic that they want. They'll browse through the back issues, things we've had. We have comics there that have been, the oldest one we have is from 1937. We have some shadow comics from back in the 70s or the 30s and 40s. Everything up to what was released actually tomorrow. I'll receive stuff that comes out tomorrow later on today when I get to the store. Wow. So those people will just come in and go. But your card game people that enjoy it, and your board game folks will come through and we'll sit down and we'll socialize. Maybe they'll trade cards. Maybe the person across from them has that card that they want, and they've got something that they want, so they'll do some trading to make their gameplay better. And those
I used to play games like that, but I don't think you're talking about those.
No, we're probably
Go
talking
Fish. I don't think you're talking about those games.
Not the
right?
same kind of game.
Okay.
Although if you want to come play Go Fish, by all means come by and play. Because one thing we're very proud about at our store is that your board games, we consider ourselves a non-traditional board game place. So you're going to find things like Settlers of Catan and Munchkin and Zombie Dice, which you're starting to see in some of the mainstream big box stores. Wow. But no one over there knows how to play the games. So we provide a place for people to come over. And on maybe a Saturday or during the week, come out and just sit down at the table and play. Maybe them and their friends will come over. Maybe their family picked one of them up. And just want a little better understanding of how to play it or to build a community of it. One of the biggest board games out there that has built that is a game called Settlers of Catan, which...
Yeah, I want to see what's in the bag.
I know. Settlers of Catan has become a very popular family-based game. Here. There's lots of words on the back, though.
Oh, I don't like to read. Just
I
go
know,
ahead
I
and tell
understand.
me a little more about that.
Well, the game is never the same twice. The board is always changing every time you come in to play the game, which is probably one of the things that I like the most about it, is that it is you can't plan how to do it. If I sit down to a game of Monopoly, I will go after the same Monopoly pieces every time. I know if I get just that one wall out there between the jail and free parking, you get all those over there, you'll
Right.
win the game. And you can't pre-plan
Can't do
it.
that in this.
So you have to do a lot of problem solving as you're going through the game. So that's something that we absolutely loved with it. But then also from the board game aspect, you end up with your card games. Like I was talking about trading cards, you have games like Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh! There's a new game out recently. It's called Kaijudo, and it's actually been developed for an even younger age bracket, more the 4 to 8 year old.
Well, I was going to
age
ask,
bracket.
I was looking at this, and it says not for use by children under age 5. So this is something that can be family
That is very
oriented.
much
They could
very
come
much
as a family and play
Yes.
these games and do these.
You get a lot of families that will be playing board games such as that.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get a lot of friends and stuff that will play a game called Munchkin.
Mm-hmm.
It's a card-based game. You don't trade the cards like you do in Magic and stuff, but in Munchkin, you can play. I wonder if it actually even says it on the back.
The word munchkin for me was never thought of as a game because that's what my nickname was in high school was Munchkin. So,
yes.
But
Oh,
anyway,
well,
that
hey,
could be a fun game.
It would be a fun
still
game.
Enjoy it.
So it's played for. They say 3 to 6 players, but I've actually been involved in a game of Munchkin that had 17 of us playing it at one time, and we were all having a blast and having a lot of fun with it and stuff.
Lisa, do you want to look at any of these? I'm just taking them right
She-
by
she-
you.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Just taking
Listening,
them
I
right by
understand.
you.
I'm listening.
So the card games, that we talked about that we do, things like Magic the Gathering. The game has been around for 20 years. I learned about it right before I went off to college, and it continues to grow in popularity so much that now it's more problem solving. And as I talk to people, like I have several teachers that frequent our store, and they say one of the number one things that they're looking for and they're trying to work with kids is to get them into problem solving. You don't need to know just that 3 times 3 is 9. It's why, and
these games can help with some of that in the learning and
these games help a lot within it. Because you're having to figure out, well, my opponent across from me has this, these items, maybe an army on their side, and what do I have to be able to win the game?
Let me see your.
I'll pass. She's going to take everything.
She's going to take it all. She's taking
see?
it all.
I shared.
Okay.
You did share.
Well, Henry, I want to know why you would start a store like this. What memory did you have as a child? What was in your mind that made you said, I want to start this kind of a store?
I'd always been involved. Everything from my mother first bought Richie Rich for me. I guess actually probably about 5 or 6 years old, that age range. And then whenever I got into middle school, several of my friends were comic book fans. They taught me and got me into even more in depth in comic books. So I continued to grow. That's just it was always a side thing that I enjoyed. I have a degree in entrepreneurship. Got it in 2009, and I went, well, what kind of business do I want to open? And I had a lot of business plans out there, but I looked for what there was a need for. And in Chattanooga, there was a need for a good pulp culture store that hadn't existed. So that's
How
why
many people on a given day? You say you open at 1?
Open at 1 o'clock.
Open at 1. Tell us about the hours, where you're located again, and then give me a little insight into how many people maybe come through your doors on a day or
regular
whatever.
day or so. So we're open at 1, and we close at 9 o'clock Monday through Friday. And then on Saturdays, we're open from 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. And we are closed on Sundays. On an average day, I would say 100 plus people will come into the store. Now, out of those, during the week, I may only see 400 or 500 people because a lot of those people will be there every single day. Like I said, I have a lot of regulars that I know by name that, it's kind of like Cheers. Everybody knows your name.
Yeah.
So
I had an experience a couple of weeks ago. I went to lunch with some Facebook friends, and the only person I knew was the person whose birthday it was. It was like they put on Facebook, his birthday, and everybody come to this place and let's hang out. So I went, and birthday boy was the only one I knew, but I don't have any problem talking to people. Duh. So I was talking to the gentleman beside me, and something came up about him doing game. What do they call these people? Are they
gamers?
Gamer. I was
Sure.
making sure I didn't want to say the wrong
Sure,
thing there.
I understand.
Gamers, and he was telling me about you and the place that he goes, and so I was really excited about that, knowing you for a while. So I wanted to share that with you, that the word is getting out.
Yep.
Also have one of our next guests that's coming on. You wanna-
That's what I heard. Jennifer was saying that her son regulars over the store. And that's what I guess the thing is that we've built a community store. As I was describing to someone that really had no idea, had never seen a comic book, games to them were silly and all that stuff. There, I just don't understand how you could ever even make a living as that. I said, well, we're a modern day malt shop without the malt.
Wow.
So it's a place to come and socialize, to be with your friends, meet new friends. Especially in this day and age, as we've got more and more technology, which I absolutely love. I love all my technology, but you don't have one-on-one conversations and stuff. And sometimes, whenever there's people that don't have one-on-one conversations, they tend to, if they don't on a regular basis, when they do, social skills aren't always there. So it has become a thing of a good learning experience.
So these games are the board games or the card games or whatever, but you also sell the games like if Lisa's children had them at home or whatever with the box things and videos and things like that. Yeah.
Yes.
So you can tell I'm not.
Yes.
I'm not good with all this, but he's going to teach me. I'm still back with the little Pac-Man guy. My kids are that era, so that's where I'm way back there.
We were at that era at one point,
So.
and we've grown from there.
You have.
Yes.
I need to come to the store.
You do more often. So yes, we carry video games. Everything from the current stuff that you can find brand new at a big box store and the big national chains, but we also go back in generations. So what we tell everyone is that we're current generation and plus one generation back. So we'll carry Xbox 360 games, but we also carry the original Xbox games. PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 2.
I have to tell you a story. I'm going to interrupt you
That's
here
okay.
because Jennifer will understand this. That she works at the Museum Center for 5 Points, and we do Appalachian Days, which is where we take the children back in time with games. And
Sure.
Xbox was one of the things that we joked with the children. We said, "Oh, we think we know what an Xbox is. It's where you take the eggs and you try to toss them into
In
that
the
little
box,
box."
yeah.
But that's not the Xbox you're talking about.
No. It's an X.
Xbox, not Xbox.
Yeah.
Xbox.
Yes, exactly. It's but you have so many people that enjoy playing them. As I was putting the business together and I was researching video games and this such with that and all of the different games. I was actually, because the recession was just starting up,
Right.
and that made it very scary to go off and take loans and all of that into into a new world. And I looked back in the Great Depression, and the one industry that actually grew during the Great Depression, or one of the industries, was theater. The movie theaters, because it gave people about
Entertainment of some kind.
2 hours of escape.
Wow.
I didn't have to think about things. Well, that's where video games are even today. Is it gives people a chance to come home and escape for a few minutes.
I want you to tell him real quick again the name of the business and where you're located, and as soon as he's finished telling you, we'll be back in just a minute. Tell him where you are.
So we're at Appleton Pike at the four corners of Appleton and Udawaringa Road. If you get off at exit 9 and head towards Collegedale, we're about 2.5 miles on the right. Same shopping center with Dollar Tree.
And the name of the business again?
Epicos Comics, Cards, and Games.
Thank you, Henry. Thanks for
you.
coming. We'll be back just a minute.
Great local sports right here on WTNB East Tennessee Television. Keep up to date on all your Walker Valley sports news Wednesdays with the Walker Valley Sports Zone. Get a behind-the-scenes look at all the local high school area football with the pregame Thursdays at 10. And it's a Friday night tradition. Football Friday, every Friday night at 11 o'clock. Right here on WTNB East Tennessee Television.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
At Crawford Pharmacy, we offer custom compounding. Our pharmacists are known for their attention to detail and unique expertise. So visit us at 2260 Chambliss Avenue, Cleveland, Tennessee. For personal assistance, walk right in or come up to our convenient drive-thru. Crawford Pharmacy, serving our community one person at a time.
Featuring some of the South's most scenic views, the Mountain View Inn has been a landmark in the Cleveland community for over 40 years. Our executive guest quarters with flat screen TVs and excellent bedding will make any guest comfortable. Carrie's Restaurant is one of Cleveland's favorite, with one of the best buffets around.
Hello, and on behalf of the Hughes family, thank you for so many years of your business and your friendship.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000 bucks. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
Welcome back, Tennessee Valley this morning. We are having a great time. I mean, this is one of those mornings where the guests don't even want to leave. No. They've already been on the show, and they're now our audience.
They're hanging out.
Yeah, clap for them, guys, so they'll really know there's more people. Oh, that's great. We've got an audience.
We have an audience.
This is wonderful. Well, Lisa Mantooth and I are having a great day today. It's October the 30th. Are you ready for your costume, Lisa?
Oh, absolutely.
We talked about wearing costumes, and Lisa's kind of been fussing. She wanted me to dress up, and I told her I did. But anyway.
I was thinking feather boa, you know.
Yeah, but we did have somebody that showed up in a costume, not sure. Well, I told you, look at her shoes, Jennifer.
Oh, I know, aren't those cool?
This is Jennifer White. She's the education curator at the Museum Center at 5 Points, and we love having Jennifer. We're going to do our own show. I think we've been on several times together, and we have fun.
Talk about
I think we're entertaining.
Now, have you figured out what I am yet?
You are holidays.
I don't know.
You're a holiday.
A leaf blower.
A leaf blower. Oh, do it again. Oh, wait a minute. A leaf blower.
That gets me a lot of mileage with the kids.
That was good. A leaf blower.
One of those easy mom and dad costumes you can have.
Well, Jennifer, Halloween's coming up tomorrow, and I know there's some things going on. I know the block party's happening. Right. There's a lot of things going on.
Downtown's happening for the
Downtown's
holiday.
Happening. And what is going on with you
for
Museum Center?
So many things going on. We have our pumpkin carving contest, and if you didn't get down to see it last year, you got to swing by this year.
Is that what this is?
Well, this is, no, I brought you guys some goodies.
Oh, I see
no, don't tell me, Lisa.
I see candy.
You're supposed to just keep passing it on to me.
That's right. So you hog all the games, she gets the candy.
Yeah, that's true.
There you go.
That's true. Chocolate. Love chocolate.
There you go. No, we do a pumpkin carving contest. And anybody, there's no entry fee. Anybody can bring a pumpkin, carved jack-o'-lantern, I guess you call them.
So you're not carving it there.
Right.
You bring it already carved.
Carve it, tonight. Bring it by on Wednesday, and we'll set it out in front of the museum. So everybody going to the block party gets to come by and see all the lit up pumpkins. It's really, we had a whole huge line of them last year, and it's amazing to see what people can do. We have a couple professional artists that show up every year and bring us their pumpkins.
Jennifer's not telling you she's an artist. But
well, I do some too. Yeah, my kids. I have 6 pumpkins in a row out in front of my house just waiting to be carved. So we'll get ours down there too. But so we're encouraging everybody to come down and bring your pumpkins and we'll have some prizes and stuff, so you get to be part of the excitement. Then I have, this is how I keep all my teenager friends off the street, is we have them handing out candy. So they want to dress up, you know, but it's not cool to go trick-or-treating once you're over about 10.
Bring the candy.
So we bring them all down and let them give the candy out to little kids. And they think
great
it's
idea.
tons of fun. So if you're coming down to Treat Street with your little kids, come park down at the Museum Center and walk by. And we'll
great
start you off with a
idea.
little bit of candy, and you can come see
So
our
they can
pumpkins.
go, so they don't, you know, a lot of people may say, oh, well, we're going to go park at the museum, ha ha. And you're saying, come park at the museum.
First Street Square is right across the street. You can park. There's parking there too. So come on
And
down.
Treat Street is on Church Street from
Right,
the police
it's just
department.
just at the
So
corner.
It's just a block
so it's
away,
a perfect
so it
place to
makes it-
park,
That is
and you
great.
avoid all the stuff, and you
Absolutely.
get to see us, which is
That's
half the
right,
fun,
that's right.
Plus, we're going to have our local haunt.
Oh, I saw this on Sunday.
Did you see the documentary?
Go ahead, yeah,
How
go ahead
cool.
and tell
You're
everybody
gonna-
what
We're
it
going to
is.
have Tall Betsy coming to tell her story.
She's coming to
She's
the museum.
coming. She will be hanging out with us at the museum.
Wow.
Starting
Wow,
at
there
4
you go.
o'clock, we'll every half an hour, Tall Betsy will make an appearance.
Would I be
and
like
tell us her
knee-high to
story.
Tall Betsy?
Pretty much.
Probably.
When I stand, I would just be knee-high to Tall Betsy.
She's something to see.
So what time is Tall Betsy going to start? What is
Tall
the-
Betsy will start at about 4 o'clock, and we'll about every half an hour. She'll be coming out and telling her story, and we'll be happy if you miss her just a little bit. We'll be happy to clue you in on the Tall Betsy story.
So this will be tomorrow,
tomorrow
Halloween.
afternoon. Any, you know,
At
when
the
you're
museum
out and
center.
about with the kids, just make us one of your stops. Come on by, make sure
Absolutely.
you see that,
That
because
is
we
exciting.
love Halloween.
Oh,
It's
yes,
it's tons of fun.
absolutely.
But if you don't have kids and you don't do Halloween, we are shifting gears very quickly to Christmas time. I know everybody's going, oh no.
Not me. I love
But
it.
we
love
do
it.
the coolest thing, and I'm not sure people are aware of this. We have an auction, a silent auction. Y'all know how those work, right? Just for holiday decor, and we call it Holidays at 5 Points, and it's Friday night from 7 to 10. And it's $20 at the door.
This Friday
This
night?
Friday night.
This
November
Friday
2nd.
night.
But the reason we do it so early is you get stuff to decorate your house.
Fantastic.
It's all decorations. We have trees, like tabletop trees. You know, you want to put one in the foyer.
The four
right?
foot, no more than 4 foot.
No more
It's
than
the
4 foot trees. So they're just some of them are just little bitty, you know, tabletop trees. We have centerpieces. I saw a beautiful basket with wine come in. That was exciting. So things were just pouring in today. People were coming all day bringing stuff. So
Let me hold your
we
little
put our. This is one of our little guys. We'll be up
You
for
got to
auction.
hold him.
I got.
Are you finished?
So collectors,
Yes.
we have all sorts of Santas, snowmen, if you're a snowman collector, if you're a nutcracker collector, all these things, and they go very.
Is this one of the ones that's going to be
This is
auctioned
going to be
off?
auctioned off. Yes.
This is,
It's a nice
Oh,
one.
that's a nice
We have
one.
some of the designer ornaments, the blown glass
why don't you
ornaments.
put that on your side so it doesn't get.
That will be auctioned. So it's definitely worth coming. It's a fun party. Al-Shabibi Catering is doing heavy hors d'oeuvres. You
They
can
do
make
a
dinner out of
wonderful
it.
job.
They really do.
So for $20, you can come down and have dinner, mix and mingle, see all the pretty stuff, kind of get yourself in the mood a little bit. And I always get something new for my house, either a wreath for my front door, because I have the old ones, but sometimes it's nice to have something fresh, you know.
Right.
Or I'll get a little funky table. Last year I won. I was so excited. A giraffe tree.
A giraffe.
A giraffe
I
tree
swear.
with a long neck.
No, the tree was like a normal tree, but it had little balls that had like the giraffe pattern on them. And then it came with these two beautiful little leather giraffes. Well, now my youngest child is a giraffe nut. And she about freaked when I came home with a giraffe tree for her bedroom.
my goodness,
Isn't that
that's
exciting?
fantastic.
Yep. So Friday, 7, 10 o'clock, you can just pay at the door, $20. You need to get out.
Wow.
Do something grown up, put yourself in the holiday spirit. Come on down, we'll be having our
That is
holiday
exciting.
celebration.
That sounds
yeah.
like fun.
So now, I want to make sure we understand this. Tomorrow night at 4, they can come to the museum center at 5 Points. When should they bring their pumpkin? Earlier than
Anytime,
that?
we open at 10. So anytime between 10 and 5 or 6, whatever.
Now, do they already need to bring the candle
We
in
have
it?
candles.
They have the
Everything,
candles,
yep.
so you just do the work, you do the artwork, you carve
Just
it,
carve
and they'll
yourself
bring
a
it
cool
out.
pumpkin, bring it in. We will take your name and phone number so we can tell you what you want.
And it's okay to park there and then start your whole process of being
Start
going
your
down to
evening
the
or
block
park
party.
across the street at First Street Square.
Okay, and so that is what's happening tomorrow
Tomorrow.
evening. And I want to get to your other thing that you were talking about in a minute ago, but I was just handed a note here that WTNB, the channel you're watching right now, will broadcast the block party live.
How exciting.
So it'll be live from 7 to 10 p.m. So if it's a little too chilly for you to get out, or you just want to see if you can find your grandkids.
So after you come to the museum, you can go home and watch the rest of the party.
That's
on
right,
TV.
from 7 to
That's what I'll
10,
do.
Wednesday night on WTNB. That's the station you're watching. And it says also they're going to be showing the documentary on Tall Betsy for the 25th anniversary.
How exciting.
So that is great.
You
So
really
that's
need to see
exciting.
that. That's a
great.
wonderful story.
So now, we talked about tomorrow night. If you haven't already gotten your costume, show us your leaf blower
show you
again.
my leaf blower.
This is something really simple that you could do. I love this.
Took a hat, hung a couple leaves out of
Ready?
it.
Okay, and get a close. There you go. Got a close up.
There you go.
Okay, a leaf blower. That is amazing.
It's like a game. See if I can get them all to flip up. That's fun.
Jennifer's going to be the leaf blower. What are you going to be tomorrow night, Lisa?
I've got a costume for you.
You have a costume?
Costume for
You need to be a black-eyed pea. You pick a
black-eyed
black eye
pea.
and wear a T-shirt with put a big pea on it.
Could she wear her witchy shoes?
You could wear your witchy
Did
shoes.
you see these shoes,
Need a
Jennifer?
hat.
I know, aren't they cool?
I need a hat.
You do need a funky
I
hat.
need a hat.
I saw up at the mall some really cute little mini hats. They're really cute. I want to.
I could wear the mini
Or a
hat.
tiara.
Yes.
Maybe.
Oh,
you're more of a
Lisa wants
tiara
a
kind of girl.
tiara.
I can see
I
that.
know. Yeah, that's
Tiara
Lisa. Lisa
route.
wants a tiara.
Yeah, but everyday wear is not appropriate.
Yeah, I don't know what I've got so
I
many
need to be a little
costumes.
different on
That's
Halloween.
right, yeah.
I've got so many costumes. I don't know what I could wear. I could wear Dolly Ruth. Oh, excuse me, Dolly Ruth. People want to know who that is. That's Dr. Ruth, or Dolly Parton, who talks like Dr. Ruth. Or I could be a clown, or I could be a. Gosh, I've got too many things
You
going on.
have lots
for
of
me.
options.
I have lots of options. I don't know how many of you out there ever had me come to your birthday party, but that would be an interesting
be
thing when
fun.
they were little to
Come hang out with us
come
at the
hang
museum.
out at the museum center.
Dr. Ruth.
That's
You
right.
can wave to
Dr. Ruth,
everybody.
Yeah, wave to everybody. Very good. So Jennifer, now I want you. We just got a minute or so left. Now I want you to tell them about what's going on Friday night.
Holidays at 5 Points, silent auction. It's a fundraiser for the museum, which we really appreciate all the support from everybody. Great way to start off your holidays. Little party, little food, and lots of wonderful holiday
Now,
decoration.
I know that it's a fundraiser and you have these things to auction off, but how do you get those things to auction off?
We have artists, local florists, local generally creative people. We have lots of those. Donate we have a lot of museum volunteers we had 2 ladies in today decorating a tree.
Wow.
And it's really cool. It's all candy. It's a white tree with candy and stuff on it. There was another tree with ballet dance things on it that is gorgeous. So there are always a lot of interesting theme things. A lot of local businesses will donate things themed for the business.
Is it too late if anybody wanted to
Absolutely
donate
not.
anything now? If they're sitting
All
out there
week.
saying, honey, I could take this for auction.
All week we are taking things. If you are
Museum Center at 5
downsizing
Points, you
or
can go and
if
make
you
a donation to help out with that fundraiser.
feel inspired to make something.
And
really
what are the funds that are made at this? What do they go towards? for
They
the
go
Museum
towards
Center?
all our operations, our educational programs, our exhibits. When we bring in traveling exhibits, people don't realize that, like the Vanishing Appalachia exhibit and things we get are very expensive. So all this goes to help us bring more stuff for you.
Right. Thank you so much for coming. I
Thanks
always
for
love
having me.
Jennifer and Lisa and I think we ought to just create our own little show and
Let's
let's
do
see,
a
we call it
podcast.
Connie and Friends.
There you go.
We call it Connie and Friends.
Uh-huh.
Maybe
I
we
don't
call it
think
Lisa
so.
and me.
Lisa and me.
Lisa and me. And that way your name's in there, but mine's not. Lisa and me.
There you go.
You know, I don't know.
I think y'all need a podcast. That's what
I
we
mean,
got.
yeah, we need something good. I want to thank you for joining us this morning. Be safe for Halloween out there. Please keep your friends and family in your prayers that are in the path of Hurricane Sandy. And just thank everybody for coming. I feel like we ought to end with prayer, or something.
Yeah.
So please keep your friends and family in your prayers for that. And I just thank everybody for coming. I want to thank Henry Flood for coming from Epicoast today. I want to thank Daniel Murch coming and talking about transition furniture. And Jennifer White, as always, one of my favorite friends to come and tell us about the Museum Center at 5 Points. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate you hanging with us this morning. Hope to see you again another time. Bye-bye.
Have a great day.